Edward Snowden says we are all going to eat crickets.
Yeah, he had an interesting
People
tweet.
are like, I'm not going to eat the crickets. Oh, you're going to eat the crickets, brother. They're going to be everywhere. They're going to put them in Hot Pockets. Your kids are going to be like, Mom, I want the pizza crickets.
He's not wrong.
I saw this conspiracy theory, if you can call it that. I don't know. They said, in order to get people to eat crickets, you got to make them hungry first. Because if people are hungry, they will eat anything.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're looking at these food shortages. We're looking at what's going on with the Dutch farmers. Dutch farmers being told not to farm. At the same time, they're telling us a food shortage is coming.
Mm-hmm.
How does that make sense?
Yeah.
It doesn't. So we are going to all starve. Maybe not us here, and many at home might not if they bought their emergency food.
Oh, that's right.
But y'all are going to be eating crickets. You know why? He's right about the Hot Pockets. There's already a company in Canada. Have you seen this?
The President's Choice.
What? They put crickets in it?
They sell bags of crickets.
No. I'm talking about there's a chip company that puts cricket into their snacks so that you're
Added
like
protein.
inching your way there and an extra crunch.
Ah.
So imagine you get they're like Cheeto Puffs and you eat a Cheeto Puff and it's made of corn and cheese and stuff. You're like, this is good. So they mix in maybe like 5% cricket, added protein, and then you're like, this is good. You do that for a year or two, and you keep increasing the level of cricket in the food, and then eventually
You do that with
eating
cattle
cricket.
and like barley and molasses. You just increase the ration until they're able to eat it.
It's eating.
They're going to
Without
call it
having-
something else.
Yeah.
They're not going to call it cricket. They're going to call it like
Escargot.
Escargot,
It's
yeah.
like you're
no,
eating
it's going
snails,
to
but
it's going to be
Right.
called like arachne protein or something. You know, like, and it's you're eating spiders or whatever.
It's chitin. So
There's
going
gonna
to
be a whole-
Yeah, chitin.
Yeah.
There's going to be a whole
but-
marketing campaign about how you eat lobsters. So
Yeah,
why would
exactly.
you not
These
eat
are just
this?
the crickets
It's
of the
same
sea.
I
thing,
don't
they're just
think.
small.
Look, people ate high fructose corn syrup and never knew what it was. No one came to them one day and said, "We're putting this in your food." They just started eating it, and they're like, "Oh." So
good.
chitin, there you go.
Yeah.
You're gonna be ordering a burger, and it's gonna be like 87% pure beef with extra chitin, and you're gonna go, "I don't know," and you're eating cricket.
Well, yeah, eat carrageenan, which is in ice cream. That's actually from seaweed, and it gives ice cream like its shape. It helps it keep its shape after it melts a little bit, which is really interesting. If you don't know that about the fact that seaweed is in ice cream, kind of gross. Not really. I don't know.
There
If
you
they
go, grillis. They're gonna call it grillis.
There you go. Yeah, depending on what they use.
Cricket, juvenile
arthropods.
grillis campestris. And it's going to be like the ingredients of your chips. It's going to be like whole corn, cheese enzymes, grillis protein. And you're going to be like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're not going to think twice about eating the crickets.
Yep.
Big banner on the side now with 5% more grillis.
That's
You're
right.
Like, oh boy.
I mean, grillis sounds pretty good, right? Grill us.
Grilled food, yeah.
Yeah, if you like, have you tried grilled grillis? You're going to be like, what's grillis? It's like a grill thing. It's like a thing they do in the grills, man. Like, what I ordered cheeseburgers and it was 90% beef, 10% grillis. What's that? Oh, it's for grilling. And they'll do commercials where they're like, Grills Burger. I got a commercial for Kelp Burger. Not good.
Gross.
Yeah, not good.
Ew.
I like, like mushroom and black bean
I like
mixes
seaweed.
with like, vegetables and stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Seaweed. But they try and do all sorts of stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, y'all going to be eating the crickets whether you want to or not. You will not be able to hide.
Yeah, in
Until there's
Canada, President's Choice is selling a PC cricket protein bar. Grillions, they call it.
Grillions. We were right.
I was right.
Oh my
God.
Holy
No
crap.
way.
That's amazing.
I just DM'd it to you on Twitter.
That's awesome.
Grillions.
That's incredible.
How do you spell it?
GRILLONS.
So they slightly altered it.
That's great.
That's insane.
And this is on their website. I thought this maybe it was
Grill-ons. Yeah, grill-ons.
Grill-ons.
Cricket grill-ons.
It's Grill-ons?
Yeah.
PC Cricket Protein Bar.
Yeah. Chocolate. Yummy. Who wants to try
PC Cricket from Nutritionix.
Dun, dun, dun.
Cricket Grillins powder. I was close because the cricket was Grillis campcertris or
Hey,
whatever
it's only
the word is.
90 calories. Yeah.
Cricket doesn't taste
You're already
good.
finding the advantages.
Not
of it.
only does it taste great, it's healthy
It's
for you.
low in
No, it
calories.
doesn't taste good at
It
all.
doesn't taste great.
Cricket doesn't. So we ordered cricket powder, and then Ian made a bread with it,
Oh,
and
Gross.
it's really astringent, is the way they describe
Sour?
the flavor. It's like it's sour and bitter.
Bitter, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
If you,
Sour and
if you
bitter.
season it, I think it'll be fine.
Put
you
on
put
chips?
some salt.
Yeah,
in
but
it,
you had
maybe
to
some
you
vinegar.
diluted it. You did like half cricket, half flour.
It was too much cricket powder. Too
Yeah.
much cricket.
Crickety.
Yeah, if I'd done more wheat
Any
flour mixed
cricket
with a little
powder
bit of
is
cricket
too
powder.
much cricket
agree.
powder.
So
I think I'm okay with cricket. I'm not too worried. People eat, like you said, lobsters. They eat
Arthropods.
birds. They eat
What's
cows.
next? What's
like,
next? What would you...
First guy to ever eat an oyster you
Spiders.
knew was crazy.
Right, that's
Someone looked
gross.
at that thing and opened it and they were like, eat it. Like, I'm not eating it. I
Yeah.
mean, but I love oysters.
I don't
It
know,
was
man.
a
I bet
dare.
early humans ate random stuff anyway.
That's true.
Yeah.
They were like, "Well, I'm dying. I'll eat this rock. It's better
Eat
than
this
nothing.
rock, yeah.
Eat this bark." I like there's a joke. It's like every time you eat mushrooms, you need to give thanks to every human who tried mushrooms, so you knew which one was safe to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they died.
Yeah.
They're like, I'll try it.
Yeah.
But I mean, up until the Industrial Revolution, Dutch farmers and Power of the Future, the majority of the world was hungry all the time. I mean, hunger drove war, it drove economies. I mean, kings were hungry. Everyone was hungry.
Yes.
People lived in
but
hunger.
A lot of the wars were fought over just making food taste better.
Yeah, true.
Peppercorn.
Absolutely.
They were like, that ship's carrying peppercorn, fire!
Attack it. Yeah.
Seize the peppercorn, and they'd bring it to the king, and he'd be like, oh.
And
now we just have it on like every diner table. Like
Oh,
it's
exactly.
nothing.
They don't care.
And but for the miracles of the fossil fuel industry and modern technology, and we can argue at the 30,000-foot level, should we use fossil fuels in the cultivation of our agriculture? I'll have that conversation. Should we? But we do. And yet these people, as I'm not have to explain to you, you know better than I do, but the World Economic Forum and the Klaus Schwabs and the John Kerrys are like, we shouldn't. And Holland's going to lead the way, or Sri Lanka's going to lead the way, and all these countries. And now is all of a sudden it's like, well, wait a second. But we do use, although Sri Lanka more than Netherlands. Netherlands is more of a land seizure, right? But Sri Lanka, well, we're not going to use these anymore. Well, now we're in famine. And we, the John Kerrys, the Klaus Schwabs from 7,000, 15,000 miles away, look at it and say, boy, this is terrible what's happening over there. But if you're a Sri Lankan and you're in true famine, how did your experiment go?
Because Klaus Schwab is not going to stop eating steaks.
No.
Right.
He's not going to be the
crickets.
one putting crickets on his hamburgers.
Well, how old is that guy anyway?
Ancient.
Yeah, he's probably like, I only have
old.
like 3 years left anyway, so I will eat filet mignon until then. I can't believe I was told someone said they liked porterhouse better than tenderloin. I'm like, that doesn't make
dare
sense to me.
you.
But it's true, people do. I look at a menu and I'm like, why have any other option? Because some people
Okay.
just like T-bones or
I like New York
You know,
strip. There you
strip
go.
steak. I
Said
mean, it's
it.
good, but maybe it's a cost thing. Maybe you don't want to spend the money on tenderloin.
I don't know.
That's cow.
Why don't they just feed the cow crickets?
cow.
There you go.
That's cow, by
yeah.
the way.
Why don't we feed
People
our
are like,
food
I eat
crickets?
pork. Well, you eat pig. Just
Yeah.
say it. Call it pig.
Cow.
I'm eating pig tonight. Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
gonna eat some
cow.
cow tonight.
Crickets, man. I have no personal issue with eating bugs. I have an issue with people being forced to eat bugs or tricked into eating bugs.
Or anything.
While
Yeah.
they still eat steak.
Yep.
Yes.
It's going to be like V for Vendetta.
Yes.
When she's like, is this real butter? Oh, I've never had this since I was a child. How did you get it? And he's like, I stole it from Chancellor Sutler's personal supply cart or whatever.
But it's also not just like them being tricked into eating crickets. It's them being forced to eat crickets because that is the only food that's been made available to them. They lose out on the choice. And over time, I think you're right about them putting in pizza pockets. It's like beef is not going to be affordable to a middle class family, much less anyone below. And then the response is, well, we have these cheap crickets here. You can feed your kids. You can feed a family of 6 with these. So, whether it's them knowing it or not, just the fact
Why
that
crickets, though? Aren't there better tasting bugs? I'm sure roly-polies taste better than crickets.
Are you gonna
Pill
try
bugs,
them?
for those who don't live in Chicago, or I don't know. You guys call them roly-polies
Yeah.
or
I have
pill bugs?
no idea what the
Oh, yeah.
roly-poly is.
Potato
like a
bugs, I
cartoon.
think I called them.
No. Potato bugs are different.
Potato
Oh.
bugs. Pill
yeah.
bug.
Yeah.
Maybe crickets don't have anything in them that is inherently dangerous. I don't
What about
know. Certain
grasshoppers?
bugs, slugs are deadly. Don't ever eat a slug.
Oh, yeah. I heard the story about the guy who ate it off the ground as a dare and then
Oh.
died.
Slug, yeah. So there are certain bugs you can eat, but maybe crickets are totally clean. I don't know.
Escargot's pretty good.
I don't know. One of the projects for Timcast.com, as you guys expand, is you need to have like a fun press accountability component where you go up to reporters who wrote glowing stories about the future, who were proven categorically wrong, and ask where they are. Like the people who wrote about Sri Lanka. 2025 will be the cleanest country or the richest country in the world per capita, or the Paul Krugmans who are like the internet's going to be gone by the year 2000, or just the press when it comes to climate issues, food issues, socialism issues. They always write these glowing reports about how great things are going to be in 3 years. Everything falls to pot, and then they're like, ho hum, news story.
Yeah. Well, I think it was Tucker that was bringing up that like Myanmar, I believe it is. Sri Lanka. I'm sorry.
Sri Lanka,
they're the
yeah.
ones who had the best ESG scores in the world, followed by like South Africa. And I'm like, these places are not doing well. So I don't know what a high ESG score looks like, but it is not good for the people who
I have
participate.
to find this story from the guy. I know I texted it to myself because it was so great. But this was the guy who wrote the story about how Sri Lanka is going to be the greatest country in the world in a couple of years. And here it is, Jason Hickel. Hey, Jason, hope you're listening. Jason's got 200,000 plus followers on social media. He's a professor. He's got lots of things in his professor of ICTA, UAB, blah, blah, blah. But he wrote the story about, Sri Lanka, what's going to be the greatest, staggering, a whole thread about how great Sri Lanka is going to be when they adopted all this ESG stuff. And you want to go find Jason Hickel and say, Jason, where are you now? Because you know what? There's a Sri Lankan dad who's feeding his kid crickets because they're friggin' starving to death.
They're probably licking rocks.
Are you?
Yeah, it's not even
Are you
crickets.
good?
It's
how are things for the Jason Hickel household?
Going there,
You know, no compunction, no sense of we really like took a turd in the bed with this one. They just move on.
You know what though, man? It's all the big cities, and after these past several years of telling people to get away from cities, at a certain point, it's just like I don't know what else to do for you.
Yeah.
Look, you can't grow food. You can't grow enough food to feed your family in the city. You move out of the cities, you move to the middle of nowhere. You learn how to take care of yourself, and you can start creating your own food. So, for instance, like for breakfast, I eat eggs straight from my own chicken's butt. Granted, we give the chickens feed, but there's also the bug technique where you put the wood on the ground, and then every morning you lift the wood up and move it, and the chickens run over and eat all the bugs. You let the chickens graze in the grass and eat the bugs all day and the berries, and then they poop out the eggs for you. Then in the winter, you slowly run out of chickens as you eat the chickens. But we got a ton. We got like 30 or something out there now. It's crazy. And then we have we started Cocktown. I don't know if we told you. We got too many roosters.
Yes.
Well, it means rooster.
What you guys are laughing at?
Yeah.
What the heck?
That's
Grow up.
not a laughing
No,
matter.
no, it's not.
Not a laughing matter.
We got
I
too many
apologize
roosters,
unreservedly.
and the roosters can't live together with girls.
Yeah.
So we moved.
Just don't
everything.
call it cocktown.com because, well, you can.
That's a good name for a website.
But
It is a
please
good name
put
for a
that on
website. It may be taken already. It may already be taken.
Check it
That
out.
was,
Don't
props to
Google it
Richie
right
McGinnis.
now,
Just
everyone.
do it right now.
Cocktown.
No, don't do it, Ian.
No, Ian's doing it.
I'm not going to cocktown.com.
Oh my gosh.
It exists.
Okay.
There you go.
Strictly for adults only.
There
That's
you
right.
go. That's
Yeah,
not
there-
Show me
chickens.
your...
Yeah. Okay.
Yo,
Yeah.
Yo, we have all the berries out here. We had wild black raspberry, and it's such a weak plant. It got strangled out by the surrounding plants, and it was like it's a bummer. The wine raspberries take over everything, and they're everywhere, and they're delicious. But it's crazy moving out of the city, and now it's like maybe 5%, or even actually not even. I think maybe around like 20 or 30% of the food I eat probably comes from my own source. Like, and it's the chickens. I eat their eggs for the most part. It's like breakfast. It's their eggs.
Yeah.
And then I have dinner, so I say like 20% because it's just the eggs, and then I'll have dinner later, and the dinner is more substantial for the most part. That's a decent amount. When we were gardening, it was much less, but I would do like eggs and like peppers and stuff. When it hits the fan, look at this story. It's from CBC from 2019. Cricket beer. Ladies and gentlemen,
Right.
when it hits the fan, you are going to be eating
this is on the
crickets.
Canadians.
CBC.
And we're going to have fresh eggs because we moved out and we got more space. We got away from those cities. But the cost of living in a city is nuts. It's $5,000 per month on average for an apartment in New York City. For that cost, you can buy yourself a mansion. $5,000.
Or a 100-acre farm.
Or a 100-acre farm.
That's where
That's
where I am.
And then you can just slowly start figuring out how, use the luxury of the modern era to figure out how to survive on your own before it's too late, man.
Yeah.
You know, because we got amazing tools and electricity. And so the chickens, we don't need to have chickens. We like having chickens. The chickens are funny. We film the chickens. People watch chickens. And then we eat the chickens' butt bounty. Those eggs every day. Yeah, we got so many. It's crazy. Butt bounty. That's what it's called. The bounty of the chicken's butt. Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Come hang out live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Super chat. We'll even answer some of your questions. If you want to check out the After Hours Censored Show, go to timcast.com and become a member. We put those up Monday through Thursday at 11 p.m. They're very funny, not very family friendly. We'll love to see you there. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.